Okay, this is Jacob Schmitt with HuntFishLife.com. Just fished a tournament over the weekend. Me and my wife did Arkansas couples tournament here in Arkansas. We didn't do very good in the tournament. Actually, we practiced Friday, Saturday, and then fished the tournament Sunday. If I would have took all the bass that I caught and weighed every one of them, we still wouldn't have won the tournament in 3 days. So I practiced, caught some fish, kind of had them figured out what they were doing. You know, they were in a pre-spawn mode. I caught a couple fish here and there. Didn't, catch a bunch of fish. I wasn't trying to catch a bunch of fish. I was trying to figure out what they were doing. So I had the idea of what they were doing figured out. I told myself that I really felt like that I could catch them. Covered quite a bit of water in areas that they were keying in on. And covered it with a jerk bait. Jerk bait is one of my favorite baits to fish. I really like it. I'm a really hyper person. It gives me something to be doing. Switched colors on the jerk bait that I had tied on because it was real cloudy. So I put on a gold type jerk bait that would leave a lot of flashy and cloudy weather. And when I put the gold jerk bait on, I caught the first keeper in probably 4 or 5 casts. I caught the first keeper once I switched baits. So, I covered, a little bit of water. Maybe I went, another 5 minutes and I hung a really good fish. I mean, a really good one. And it just come off. There's nothing I could do about it. I mean, it was just, it pulled so, I hit it and it pulled so hard that there was nothing I could do. It was just a big fish. I mean, it was, I'm going to say, a 4+ pounder. I mean, there's almost no doubt about that. For some reason in my mind, I thought what had to be a striper or something. We was fishing on Lake Ouachita here in Arkansas, and a mistake that I made, I should have covered fresh water. I should have spent at least an hour, hour and a half covering a bunch of water. And I didn't. I kept running this same spot. Well, then I went to a spot that I caught a fish the day before. I caught one and I lost one. I went there, fished it, a little piece of it. That's where I messed up. I should have cut. There were fish in that area, but I didn't cover enough area. I didn't cover enough water. I covered, maybe 100 yards, and that was it. And so then I was like, well, I did catch a walleye. I caught a walleye there. I thought it was a really big bass when I first hooked it. And because, walleyes are kind of long when I first seen it. Caught a walleye, and I just didn't cover, I didn't even cover 100 yards, I don't think. And then so, didn't catch nothing but the walleye, so I went over to another spot where I caught a couple fish and had one really good fish follow my bait and went through it kind of quick. I did at least there. I think I covered about 150, 200 yards. Didn't get, bite or follow or nothing. And then I went back to the area where I had caught the fish, and I fished that area for way too long. Burn up my time. I had one other spot where I knew where some fish was. And I pulled up to an area and I said, well, I can cover about a half a mile here. And I covered that half a mile and I caught 3 fish. And actually I caught them 3 in the last 18 minutes. Right then I knew that I messed up. I should have stuck with my guns on it and went with what I really felt like was going to win the tournament, because it did. Second place, the tournament was 1870, I think. They caught the fish doing what I thought was going to be done. First place, they actually did catch the fish a little bit different. They caught them on a spinnerbait, but I guarantee you they caught them in a pre-spawn pattern. And I second-guessed myself. I burnt up too much time in one small area. I didn't cover enough water. So the mistakes that I made, first, I second-guessed myself. Second, did not cover enough water. That is probably the biggest mistake that I see people make. I've made it before. I know better than to make it's what's really bad. I know that you have to cover water. I will tell you something. If you're watching TV and tournaments on TV or whatever, pay attention to the really good guys. Let's talk Kevin Van Dam. There's a bunch of them. I'm just listing a couple. Kevin Van Dam, he fishes fast. He covers a lot of water. Okay? Jacob Wheeler is my favorite fisherman. He fishes fast. He covers a lot of water. If you watch Major League Fishing or something, Watch these guys. They cover a lot of water. I have seen Kevin Van Dam on Major League Fishing, Bassmaster Live, stuff like that, which he's not fishing Bassmaster anymore, or bass. But I've watched him catch fish, and his boat, when he catches fish, his boat on a trolling motor is almost leaving wakes. It's leaving small wakes. He's moving so fast. Okay, he's the best in the world. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, he's won 25 bass titles. I mean, there's no question about whether he's the best in the world. And he's covering so much water so fast. He's covering fresh water. It's the number one mistake people make. They fish too slow. I fish fast. That's in me. For some reason, during this tournament, I was going against myself. I was saying I want to fish fast because that's what I like to do. I like to fish a jerkbait. I just want to do that because that's what I like to do. One thing I will say, I've caught a bunch of fish. I have literally, I practiced for a tournament last year. We was just like one spot out of the money on it in the tournament, and I caught 100 fish for 3 days in a row. 100 fish each day on a jerkbait. Okay, it's one of my confidence baits. When you are struggling, one thing I'll say, get something in your hand that you know you can catch fish on and just go. And if you zero, you zero. If you catch one, you catch one. Big deal. At least you have something in your hand that you know you can catch fish on. And you're covering water with it. Okay, so that's, that's just a couple tips. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got another tournament this weekend. The lake's off limits. I haven't fished the lake. Actually, I've only fished the lake once in my life and fished a tournament, done okay. I'm excited about this. I think that the lakes are fairly close together, so I'm going to go off of what happened in the other tournament Saturday, and I'm going to run with it, and I'm going to go, and I think I've got a good chance to do good anyways. It's a lot of people fishing it, so I've got to catch them. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you learned something from it. A smart person learns from their mistakes. A super smart person learns from other people's mistakes, okay? My mistakes, I shared them with you here. I hope you learned from it. I can tell you this. Like I said, I did not catch enough fish in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to win the tournament. It's not uncommon for me not to catch very many fish on practice days. I don't go out and try to just catch them. I try to figure them out. I've won tournaments that I didn't catch a single fish in practice. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video here. I hope you learned something from it. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, share it, please. And come back and look for new videos, because I love to deer hunt, I love to fish, and I'm going to share mistakes that I make. I'm going to share things that I learn, things that I know. I'm going to share tips, how to fish baits, how to hunt, how to scout deer, whatever. And you guys can come back. I'm going to teach you the best that I can. I promise I'm going to do my best to teach you everything that I know, and anything that I learn new, things like that, I'm going to teach you guys. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and bye-bye.